Alex, congratulations. Convincing win. Your thoughts?
Yeah, happy with the performance. Could have been a dangerous matchup. The way he's been playing with a lot of confidence, I knew that going in, and I'm very happy with the way I kind of went about my business. I stayed focused. I knew I had a job to get done, and I'm happy that I was able to get through in straight sets.
Thank you. Well, congratulations once again. Hands. Matt.
Alex, you're so well known for the level you can bring and the level you can hit on home soil in Australia, but here you've made 3 quarterfinals. I just wonder, is it just a matter of playing really well on hard courts everywhere, or where do you think you actually do play your best tennis?
Well, I think if we look at results, I think this is by far my best slam. It's often a question I ask myself of why exactly is it here in New York, and I think I probably put it down to maybe the courts being a little bit quicker here and the conditions and the ball flying through the air a little bit quicker. But all the way back to juniors, I had an incredible run from qualifiers all the way to the semi-finals. I got my first top 10 win here against Nishikori. First quarterfinals at a slam was here. I've now made 3 quarters here. Yeah, I get good results here in New York, so New York treats me very well.
Hi, Alex. A bit of an off-topic question. I'm working on a piece about players when signing autographs or kind of throwing things into the crowd. I don't know if you saw there was an incident when a guy kind of yanked a player's cap out of a little boy's hand. Is that something that's ever happened to you? You throw something into the crowd and then there's almost like a fight over it? Or
look, it's always difficult as a player because I think if it was for the player, we would stay there for however long it took to sign it, every autograph there is. But a lot of the time, the fans don't realize or don't know that there's another match coming on after, and normally we're the one getting rushed to either do the on-court interview or do to the next couple of things. So I always do my best to try and accommodate everyone that I can, and a lot of the times really when I'm giving away, whether it's shoes, rackets, towels, whatever, I kind of always try to lock in and give it to the kids, right? Because those are the real fans, and they get super excited when you're able to give them something like that.
So you don't do the kind of some people do the kind of over the shoulder.
Yeah, I mean,
kind of blind throw.
It depends on what you want to do. I think you get the couple tennis balls, right, that you get to sign at the end of the match, and that's your chance to go out into the very last road for those people that aren't able to come down. But then if you want to give something more personal or whatever, I lock in with the kid or whoever it might be. It might be a special fan that I've engaged throughout the whole tournament or the whole match, and kind of like I did with Paul at Roland Garros, right? You kind of lock in with a certain person.
Hi, Alex. A coaching-related question. An increasing number of players travel around with 2 or even 3 coaches. You think with the current schedule that is really packed, it is possible or doable to travel around with only 1 coach throughout the whole year?
I don't think it's possible, and my reasoning towards that is that if the coach has a family, then he's not going to be able to see his family. I mean, the schedule that we have as players is never ending, and more often than not, that's the whole reasoning for having 2 coaches to split the week, so they can, of course, spend time with their family. Because the player themselves, I'm I know what I sign up for, right? I'm used to that, and it's one of the kind of the not ideal scenarios of our sport that I don't get to spend time at home with family and close friends. But again, I don't want my team to ever feel that way, right? My coach, he's got a young family, and over the years, like I've been with him almost 17 years, right? And it gets to a point where, of course, I'm never going to tell him that he's not allowed to to go and spend time with his family. He's already spent so much time with me. So I do think with the current schedule that it is completely normal to have coaches split weeks, and there's nothing wrong with that.
In the back.
Organized thing with Adolfo when he's not around, when he's not able to make it to a tournament.
Yeah, the thing is, so I've got Adolfo and I've got Matt Reed, and they're in constant communication throughout the whole year, right? And that's the most important thing. No matter who's my coach at the tournament, they're both in constant communication, and they're both going back and forth with feedback. And yeah, that's the key purpose of any healthy relationship, working relationship, is communication.
In the back on the right.
Alex, can we look ahead? It looks like Felix is in the driver's seat as the next opponent. I think the first time I ever saw you play live was Junior Wimbledon against Felix on the court that doesn't exist anymore at Wimbledon, and that was an incredible clash. And you maybe would have thought you might have met more times. Met 3, got him last time. Can you just paint a picture of the Felix that you see and what looms ahead?
I think Felix is that type of player that everyone knows that his top level is incredibly high, right? And when he's playing with confidence, he's very tough to beat, right? And this week he's obviously playing some incredible tennis, and he's got a lot of weapons. He's got a great serve. He's got a great forehand. He looks to dictate whenever he can. So in that matchup, for me, it's all about trying to disrupt his rhythm, right? Not give him the chance to bully me on the court. Do my best to counter and dictate whenever I can, and ultimately, I know what I'm getting myself into. He's got moments on the court where he's unbeatable, and then there's moments that he'll give you a couple errors, right? So for me, it's about weathering the storm, and I'm giving myself a chance at playing for a quarterfinal, right? These are the matches I want to be playing, and for me, it's about going for it, going for the opportunity, and I'm very excited for it.
Craig.
A while ago, you were saying that this tournament has been your most successful major. Which title would you want more than any other, and why?
Which title as a slam?
Any title.
Yeah, I mean, I dream of winning Australia. That's, for me, I don't think there would be a better feeling than winning your home slam. And yeah, at this stage, any Grand Slam, right? That's the ultimate goal. I'm not gonna get exactly picky if I can only get one, right? I'll be very happy with whichever falls on my lap. But of course, I think growing up, thinking about what it would feel like being an Australian, winning in Australia, that would be pretty special.
Okay. Willie.
Just in case Rublev comes back, I want to make sure we cover that. What would be your thoughts about facing him?
Yeah, Andre, he's a very experienced player, right? In this on tour, he's made deep end of these types of tournaments very frequently. He is a player that, again, is a very much a confidence player. He's got arguably the best forehand on tour. feels like he can hit a winner off anything on that side, and he's a very aggressive player that tries to dictate and doesn't, I would say, enjoy when someone else is dictating. So the whole game plan again would be to do my best to kind of get on the front foot whenever I can and try to get him moving.
Jen, just one follow-up. You mentioned about the stage of the tournament, the quarterfinals. What is the physical side and what is the mental side for you in terms of getting past that obstacle?
I've always thought that the first job is to get there, right? And give myself the opportunity, right? If I bomb out early, I'm never going to get the chance. So at least I've got the chance in front of me, and it's about embracing it, right? As I said, now this is my 6th quarterfinals, so I've got some experience. I know what to expect, and the mindset going forward is going to be going for it. There's no holding back.
Last two. Bill, then A.
Congrats again, great run. You were just talking about Australia. One of the great things about our sport is that it's so wonderfully international, and you come from a great country, and we're pretty dynamic here. Kind of a tough question, but if you would, what do you think we can learn the most from Australia and its experience, and what can Australia learn from the United States and what we bring?
In terms of the
In
tournament?
terms of our culture, our style, our...
I mean, I'm not too sure I'm the person to give lessons out here. But what I will say is both countries have incredible history and heritage in this sport, right? From the very, very early stages, it felt like it was always the Aussies against the US, right? So I think both nations have done an incredible job at showing how important it is. And I mean, the US have a pretty strong team at the moment, even in Davis Cup, right? So I think they've found a very good crop of guys that are going to be dangerous for a very, very long time. I think Australians, what we pride ourselves more than anything is playing for our flag, right? And that's something that's always been very important for us. And as a young kid, I learned the importance of exactly that, of being able to represent your country, doing that in the best way possible, being able to play Davis Cup, the Olympics. Any chance you step on the court, you're representing not only yourself but your country, and that's something I take a lot of pride in.
Okay, last question.
Alex, congratulations. I know I asked you a couple of times, but I never, about your injury last year, I don't think I ever got the actual diagnosis. From what I read, was it a proximal adductor avulsion?
I mean,
did you get an official diagnosis?
You know what? It is, we're still at this stage where I've heard so many different things, right? So many different people call it different things. But as I would describe it, or to my understanding, it was a tear in the fiber cartilage, basically connecting from my adductor into like the pubic bone, basically.
What did you learn now that you're past it, right? Players end up discovering something about themselves after an injury. Was there a discovery or something that you even learned about yourself, even after all the years you've been playing, that you might not have known after you've gone through this and are now again in the quarterfinal?
Well, more than anything was that the results I could have with not having my movement, right, which I've always thought, I've always been told, right, even that the reason why I am where I am is because of my movement, right, and my speed, and that's one of my biggest attributes, no doubt. But when that was taken away from me, there was a lot of serious doubt of how am I going to win tennis matches, right? It's not like I'm getting amazing 3 points on serve. I'm hitting cold winners out of any spot on the court. But just the sheer fact that I was able to realize that my whole career I was the small guy. I was the guy that wasn't strong, that had to find lots of different ways to win tennis matches, and really had to kind of get the most out of myself tactically, right? So when I walked out on court and I played these matches as a junior, I was looking at different ways to be these bigger, taller, stronger guys, right? And I kind of went back into my childhood in that stage where I was thinking of matches tactically and where did I need to hit the ball so my opponent couldn't expose my movement, right? And that's kind of what I was playing on. And all of a sudden, I'm out here, I'm having incredible results. I'm still able to be competitive against the best players in the world. And I'm like, yeah, it gave me a lot of confidence in that regard.
All right. Thank you, Alex. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.